Okay, absolutely wonderful. Okay, let us begin. Hey, everybody, thank you for coming to the Pajama Mama Show, where we help moms and dads fire the boss and hire the kids. Yay! We always have to have a fun introduction today about today's show, and I got a wonderful guest that I actually can't wait to meet myself, ladies and gentlemen. I happened to find her online, and she's a super duper pajama mama. I know she is raising two beautiful, wonderful children, and she's making a wonderful living online and offline. You're going to find out a lot about that in a couple of minutes. Her name is Amanda Ray, and what we're going to talk about today is Impact Mailing Club, and this is going to be our testimonial. So it's Impact Mailing Club testimonial from Amanda Ray. But first, Amanda, we're going to start off by asking you, simply put, what made you want to become a pajama mama, a work at home mom?
Yes, I was working for a non-for-profit organization. I had been there for a few years, and what I realized is that when I had my son, I was spending a lot of time on the road. I had a lot of responsibilities at my job, and it was overwhelming. It was really overwhelming. I worked with some people that really didn't care about nothing else but getting the work done, and I realized that I could have easily been replaced if I didn't do what they wanted me to do at any given moment. And when you're at a job like that for so long and your back is up against the wall, you start looking for ways out. And I wanted a way out. I really wanted a way out. So I started going. I started with first a lot of manual labor. I used to clean office buildings and schools for a living.
Mm.
So I did that, and that was kind of my way out. And I was happy with it because I didn't have to report to someone. But at the same time, it was a lot of manual labor. Not only that, overseeing people with janitorial work, it is very strenuous, and it was still time consuming. I love the fact that I was able to kind of pick my own hours, but I still didn't have the time that I was looking for to spend with my son. At the time, I just had my son. And I just wanted to do something different. And I went right into YouTube, and I started looking for different ways to make money from home.
Okay.
And I bumped into a lot of different opportunities, and you know what? I was just so amazed by the amount of people that was making money from home, what they were doing, and how they were living this laptop lifestyle. And then I said, you know what? I want to live this laptop lifestyle. I want to be one of those people that can just pick up at any given moment. I can spend more time with my kids, and I can give them the things that I didn't have growing up. So in 2015, I started researching about, different opportunities. Back then, Bitcoin was around. It was a really big thing. And I was just like, it kept me up at night, just
Mm-hmm.
seeing the success from others and knowing that there was a way out. Um, just if we fast forward, I stopped doing the janitorial work, and I really just started diving into online, and I was excited. I spent a lot of money, and in 2015, towards the end of the year, I didn't have much success.
Okay.
So we are talking about a year and probably 3 months, and I was just like, "What the heck is going on? This is not working out for me."
Mm-hmm.
So I think what it was too is I was very anxious. Again, I wanted to make more money, and I wanted to do something different. My anxiety was high about
Mm.
getting into this online status and living this laptop lifestyle. And I really didn't have a game plan. I was just in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
that that's where I messed up. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a game plan. I didn't have a strategy in place. I was just doing a little bit of everything and hoping that eventually I would put the pieces of the puzzle together. And
Okay.
that didn't work out. So I met this gentleman that had been doing direct mail marketing for about 30 years. And he said, Amanda, I think you want
Wow.
to take a look at that. And I
Wow.
spoke to him for a while, and I told him my issue, and how I wasn't making any money and I was doing all this online stuff. By this time, I had joined about 25 programs within a month and within a year and 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really depressed. I was just telling him, I don't want to give up, but it just doesn't seem as easy as people make it seem.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to know what I was doing wrong, and I just wanted to do whatever I needed to do to make it right.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentored me straight through. I spoke to him almost every day.
Wow.
And yeah, and
was he like did he do this for free, or was he just
no, he was. I paid him.
Okay.
It was a paid mentor.
Okay.
And I worked with him daily. And he's seen a lot of potential in me. And what he loved about me is that I was teachable.
Right.
I didn't come in like I knew everything. I didn't come in like, I've been an entrepreneur for all these years and I know what I need to do.
Right.
I was more of, you lead and I'll follow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to being a leader, but I wanted this so bad that I said, you know what? I'm going to follow your lead because obviously I'm doing something wrong.
Yes.
And I want to make it right. So, we had a 4-month game plan and I took major action within 4 months. And within 6 months of direct mail marketing, I had hit $50,000.
Wow, nice.
And that was profit.
What was the thing? Was it because it was direct mail marketing, or was it because your mentor had taught you some skills that afforded you to not only make money offline, but also to make money online?
Correct. He had taught me some skills, and he made me confident in, if you can do this offline, you can do it online. Mm-hmm. It's really not much of a difference. But what I noticed that I wasn't doing at the time, and I didn't know it was such a big deal, but now I do.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, what I wasn't doing is called keeping the funnel full. Okay? Mm-hmm. Keeping the pipeline full. And that's where I was struggling because I didn't have enough people actually looking at my opportunity to make a difference in my income. And that's where he said I was going wrong. And then another thing was because I had lost so much money, I was afraid to spend the money that I had.
Yes, that's another thing people do. People try to be cheap with buying those ads.
And he said, Amanda, you can't be cheap because what happens is within this industry, what you need is called leverage.
Yes.
You can't leverage an opportunity if you're cheap.
Yes.
Because what happens is the top earners, they get all in with whatever they do. So they always continuously make the big bucks. And I realized that after dealing with him.
Let me interrupt you right there because I want people to get a blessing and lesson. Like you, Amanda, I was in direct mail marketing too. And I had a mentor like you. He wasn't as mentorship as you. He was kind of expensive for me to go to that level. But basically, I joined his direct mail business opportunity. But what I didn't notice about him, he didn't tell me this, but I put 2 and 2 together. The reason why he amassed $3.2 million in like literally a year's time was because he was spending hundreds of thousands of dollars for business lead list. He took it to the next level. I didn't even know that was a level that existed, but that's what you have to do.
Yes. Yep. And then that's the thing. What people don't understand is you have to have a budget. A lot of people come in and they're like, I'm going to spend this amount this month, but they're not budgeting it out for the next 6 months. It's almost like if you're paying your rent or you're paying your car note, you have to have a budget for your business. And what most people are doing is they get into the opportunity and they have a little bit of something for the first month, but they're not thinking 6 months out. They're not thinking long term. Yes. So what happens is, what I always tell people is, what are you going to do when the excitement runs out? Because with online and offline opportunities, you're going to have that excitement in the beginning. You're going to be eager to learn. But when that excitement runs out, what are you left with? And that's the thing, is you have to have the drive, but you also have to have the game plan with it. Because online and offline opportunities is like roller coasters. Mm-hmm. You get on and for 3 minutes, you're good to go. It may last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But after that, are you still mapping and planning out for long-term success? And that's what I missed in the beginning.
Well, can I ask you this question? Were you
Yep.
treating it more like a hobby than as opposed to a business? Because that's what
No,
a
no.
lot of
Well,
people do.
I was treating it like a business,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is I did not know what to expect
Mm-hmm.
or what I needed to do in order to have the long term success.
Gotcha.
Because I was just buying stuff, but I didn't have a mentor to teach me what to do with the stuff that I was buying.
Gotcha. I see.
Okay, and that's the thing is we have two different things. You have a sponsor and you have a mentorship, and those are two separate, completely separate things. A sponsor sponsors you into a program. They give you the tools within that program to make it work, and then hopefully you have the skill set to know what to do. If you don't have the skill set, you now need a mentor for the skill set to know what to do with what it is you purchase from your sponsor.
That's a very
So a lot
important
of
point.
people take those two things and they put it together, which is what I was doing.
Right.
Now realizing a sponsor does nothing like what a mentor can do for you in your
That's true.
business.
That's true.
It's two totally different things. So you can buy products all day, but if that person that's selling you the product does not teach you how to use it and the skill set to earn with it, you're basically going to be like a hamster on a wheel. And that's what I was doing within my first year. I was just this hamster on a wheel. So once I learned the skill set and I was able to apply that daily, that's when I started to hit the six figures a year. So within my first 6 months, I did 50,000. Within my first year and a half, I did 100,000+. And within 2.5 years, I did over 300,000. And that was all because what you do is you keep filling the pipeline. And I tell people it's like watching a commercial. When you're watching a movie, these commercials come on. When you go to the movies, you have these previews. Your traffic is the same thing, but it's the same concept, but it's on a smaller level. You
I see.
understand?
No, that makes a whole lot of sense. I like that
But it's
analogy.
the same thing. When you're listening to the radio, they have commercials. Psychologically, this is happening for a reason. So when I started to understand from my mentor what he was saying and what he was teaching me, I had the light bulb moment. And I'm like, oh, okay, so traffic is like the same thing, but it's just on a smaller scale. And what happens is it builds up over time. And then what I look at it as is you start to print money. You understand?
Yes,
You're like you be able to print money. And that's what I teach people. I teach people because I said, back in 2016 when I first had my mentor and I was going through the whole thing, it was like, if I ever got it, I'm going to teach people exactly what I know. And not only that, let people know where they're messing up.
Okay.
People are messing up. They're being too cheap. And because they've had bad situations in the past, they bring it into the future. And a lot of people are not treating their business as a business. They're treating it as a hobby.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And you have to look at it as this is your baby. You have to think about it as even if you paid $1,000 for the business, you have to treat it as if it's $100,000 corporation.
Exactly. Amen. Exactly. I agree 100% to that.
That's
yes.
Right.
Woo-woo. Exactly.
And that's just basically what separates the 3% that make it from the 97% that doesn't. They're just not putting enough into backbone into their business. They're making excuses. I have the kids. I don't have enough time. I work this amount of hours and I don't have the money. Honestly, it's really not about having a whole lot of money. It's about leverage. My thing is if you can't afford it,
reinvesting the money back into the business once you make it too.
Absolutely. I did a lot of reinvesting within my first year because I seen that there was potential. And that's another thing. Some people get if they make a little $50, $100, and that's the thing with me. When I made my first $75, it was just like, I felt like I made $1,000.
I understand, yes.
$75. But what it was is that I seen that it worked.
Exactly.
And the potential that's there.
Exactly.
And that's what's important. That's what's important is just knowing that, dang, if I can make $75, I can make $7,500. Exactly. And that's the way my brain was operating. For most people, they're like, oh, it's just $75, not really realizing that you can do that. If you can do it once, you can do it over and over and over again as long as you keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, that's just really important. Not only that, most people are not going to make it past their first 60 days. It is proven. This is a fact. The average person does not make it past their first 30 to 90 days within a program. Um, those are the most crucial points in building your business because it's the building stages. So if you can't get past the building stages, you'll never make it to the making money stages.
Exactly.
So what I did was I put myself on a 90-day blitz, which actually turned into a 120-day blitz. And the crazy part is I did it by myself. Now there's people that do 90-day blitz all the time, and they are extremely powerful. I've done 90-day blitz with groups of hundreds of people, and by the time we're done, we could start off with 150 people, and we're down to maybe 15.
Got it.
You know, because that's going to make it through.
Amen. Know?
So that's really, it's just really important about just strategizing, being consistent. And I tell people that all the time. People think of consistency as a small part of the pie, but it's actually the biggest part of the pie. If you're one of those people that go from one job to the next, and 1 year you had 4 jobs, right? That shows your level of consistency. If you had 4 or 5 girlfriends within a year, that shows your level of consistency. If you are late paying your bills 5 or 6 times out of the year, that shows your consistency. So whatever you are currently doing within your life is going to show your consistency level for your business. It all works the same. So what I tell people all the time is that it's not about this journey being hard, and it's not about it being easy. It's about being consistent. And that consistency level is really up to you.
So true.
If you are a consistent person, you've been at your job 1 year, 2 years, 3 years strong, this may be easy for you. If you've been a husband or a wife for the last 15 years, this may be easy for you. But if you're one of those people that you're just always jumping around and there's nothing in your life that's consistent, this may be a hard journey for you. And for some people, this is not even a journey that they can take because they just don't have it to be consistent, you know? And that's the thing. Every job I've been at, you know, for the most part, as I became an older individual, a responsible individual, not to say it was always like this, because I want to say from 18 up until 23, I was all over the place. I switched jobs all the time. But at 23, I had my son, and I said, you know what? I need to become more mature. You know, I have to live my life like an adult, and I can't be jumping around. And, you know, I would be at my job for 3 years, and I had another job for 5 years. I did my cleaning business for 5 years. So for this, once I understand what I was doing wrong, it was easy for me to fix it because I have a pretty stable life. You know, so I tell people all the time, it's really just about you. You know, a lot of times we are fighting more with ourselves mentally than with others.
That's true. Very true.
What's going on in your head is the biggest part of this journey. It's not mainly what other people say, it's what you're saying to yourself. And there was a lot of days where I thought about, you know, am I wasting my time? Is this really going to work? Am I going to get the results I'm looking for? You know, and that played in my head some nights, you know. But I just decided, I made a commitment that I'm going to keep going. Even if mentally I don't know if what I'm doing is going to work, I'm going to stick with the game plan. And that's what allowed me to break past that cement brick wall and actually start seeing results. You know, just being able to, no matter what people were saying or no matter what people was thinking, that I stayed the course. You know, I decided I'm not going to jump around to every shiny object anymore. I'm going to consistently promote my opportunity, and I'm going to stick with it even when the days come where I have no results. And that's what allows you to really take your business to the next level.
How did you find out about Impact Mailing Club? You had shared with me earlier that you were in another direct mailing club program, and then Impact Mailing Club came about. So share that information with me.
Yes, so I've always been into direct mail marketing because that was where I first started earning. So that's like, I have a love for it, you know. And not only that, I always get stuff in the mail where people are promoting things to me. So I'm like, why don't I do the same thing? Whether it's coming from a shopping center or it's coming from my local marketplace, or if it's coming from wherever it's coming from. Sometimes car dealerships. So I'm like, everyone is doing it. Why can't I, send my information out to people? And I had seen Direct Impact Mailing Club on YouTube.
Okay.
Yep, I seen it on YouTube, and I was looking at it, looking at it, looking at it, and then the opportunity that I was promoting at the time had really poor customer service.
Gotcha.
And that's the thing is when you're with companies like this, they need to have good customer service because you
Really?
want to really focus on just building your business. You don't want to focus on building your business, helping people, and having to do customer service.
Hmm.
So, a friend of mine, he said, Impact Mailing Club, they have really good customer service. And I said, well, let me give this a go. And I was impressed. I signed up. I was out of the country on vacation when I signed up. It was very smooth. I had everything I needed within a week. By the time I got home, everything was there that I needed to get started. They even sent me my information through email while I was on vacation. So I was
Mm.
able to actually start promoting right away. I got my website set up within like 48 hours. And
Okay.
I was like, you know what? Let's do this. And what I love about it is I barely get complaints where people are like, I didn't get my stuff or I'm still waiting.
I see.
It's like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we know that these welcome packets is going out to all paid members. They are very on point. If people have questions or concerns, they respond. And I just love that about this company. It's just like and not only that, the welcome packets, which I have sitting here, because I did a video about it yesterday,
Okay.
they're very,
Oh, wow.
the welcome
Wow.
packets are really well thought out and put together. They use high gloss paper when they're sending their stuff out, front and back. Not only do they send you your leads on peel and stick labels, they also tell you how to get started. So you don't have to really worry about, well, what do I do first? When you first get your package, they have exactly what steps to take, 1 through 4. So
Wow.
yeah, they basically tell you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You don't have to worry about where to get stuff from. They tell you where to get your envelopes discounted, where to get your stamps discounted. They give you the compensation plan. Isn't that beautiful? They
No,
give you
that
like
is. That is
that
very
has
good. Ladies
all
and
of
gentlemen, the
your
previous company that I was in, I invested $3,500 in this ugly postcard business and I got nothing.
yeah. This one
Like
is
what? I
this
mean,
one
I was
is
literally
just
on my own in a lot of respects. That's
yeah. I
awesome.
haven't seen a welcome kit this well thought out and put together in my life. This is
Yes.
like the first, and I've been in a lot of direct mail opportunities. They
Okay.
even have this where you can hang on your wall, and it's for you to look at every day. Success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. So go and put in the work, and they tell you to post this so you can actually see it every single day when you wake up. I was like, that's just so, and it's so funny that they have that because I had something like that on my wall when I first started my direct mail program. Um,
Wow.
they also have here the lead purchase order form, so you can order additional leads. So you can fill this out and send it in, or you can pay them electronically and you'll just get your stuff even faster. So
Okay.
I love that as well. Lead replenishment guarantees, letting you know if you get any return leads, they will replace them. All you have to do is send a picture of
Really?
yes, you send a picture of your return
Wow.
mail, and they will send you the leads. They will replace them at no charge. So I was really in this came priority mail. So it came to my mailbox. It was very nice and neat, well thought out, put together. You can tell that they aren't playing any games. They're really serious about helping people to change their lives, to really respect what they put together. And I really like that. I just think that that's just a really good quality to have in a program, especially when you're looking to earn and you really want a stable company. So, like the one that I got in with in 2016, I'm still getting paid today from them. Um,
Really?
yes, yes. Out of
Amazing.
out of the 4 programs that I've joined, only one of them again had really poor customer service, but all of them are still around.
That's
And
interesting because the one that I was in dissolved. It
yeah,
just went up in smoke and ta-da, gone. So I'm not getting any residuals of any kind from that. So yes.
Yeah, and unfortunately that can happen. That's why I tell people all the time, do your research. Um, get some backstory on the owner. I was told by a good friend of mine that the lady that the owner is, she's about her business,
Mm-hmm.
and that always helps. Most of the programs I'm in, I know the owner. It was just the one that has the poor customer service. I didn't know who the owner was. I never
Gotcha.
heard from him or anything, and that's really not a good sign. So I tell people to just make sure you do your homework. Go on YouTube, see how many people is promoting it, how many people are earning with it. They have a Facebook prospect group. It has thousands of people in the prospect group.
Mm.
That's a really good sign. They also have a paid group, and they give you updates and let you know how they do. And they just had a whole Impact Mailing Club conference out in Florida where,
Really?
yes, they rented this huge mansion, and if you were a paid member, you were able to come and spend the weekend with them, and pretty much go over the information, and kind of like a little retreat. So that was really nice for them to do that for the paid members. But I just tell people, if you're really struggling online and you really have no sense of direction, this is an easy way to start earning and to really take your business to the next level.
I'm glad you brought that up because one of the key things, full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, I am a part now of Impact Mailing Club. You can find out more information about it down below in the description area. But what I really wanted you to fully grasp, what really, I didn't do my due diligence. I just saw you, Amanda, right? And this is much props to you because I did do my due diligence on you and the integrity that you have as how you do business, the history of your success rate. I mean, when I saw Amanda, basically do her video and she made $68,000, within a short, I think it was like I think it was in like 6 months span of time in this other business opportunity, and then already you at 30,000 in Impact Mailing Club. I'm like, okay, this is the route to go. Because I already know that, direct mailing works. I've experienced that myself. But what I liked most about it, average moms and dads can easily open up their mail. It's not rocket science. Put little sticker labels on it, put a stamp on it, put it back in the mail, and mail it off to individuals. This is more doable. Whereas the internet marketing seems like you're in a internet stratosphere. Seems like it's not tangible, it's not touchable, and we're not accustomed to that. So it's a major learning curve doing business online, whereas offline, we already know how to do the basics of that in our everyday life. So this is a lot easier for those of you who are not successful as far as tentatively in doing internet marketing. Well, direct marketing is the road to go. So it's good for senior citizens. It's good for
Students,
students,
yep. Stay at
etc.
home moms, stay at home
Stay-at-home
dads,
moms, stay-at-home
veterans.
dads, exactly,
Yep.
and just entrepreneurs that have other businesses because they can incorporate this with their other businesses. Correct, franchise
Well, and
owners,
that's
etc.
what I teach people how to do, because even though you're in this, if you're in another opportunity, you can always list that on your cover letter, because people like to have choices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I always tell people that people love choices. If you can give people more than one choice, we know that the mail is getting to them. Everyone opens up their mail no matter what. I know every piece of mail I get, I open up, whether it's something I want to see or not. I'm just curious to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell people, if you represent yourself the right way through your form when you send it in, people will look you up. People will go to your website. People will buy. You just have to present yourself correctly, and you have to be in the business.
Gotcha. Completely understand that. So with that in mind, looking at Impact Mailing Club, you just really gave a really good overview, and your testimonial is absolutely phenomenal. What would be the key things that you would help people to fully understand? How can they get started and learn more information about this business opportunity, Impact Mailing Club?
Yeah, so what you would do is, the person that invited you, you would just fill out the form. Okay, so when you get the form, it has three different spots, and that's how we have this thing called leverage. Okay,
Okay.
you have three different spots where people can sign, where when people sign up. So what they would do is they would pay you, they would pay your sponsor, and they would pay the admin. Okay, and then what happens is, once all three people get their information, get their payments, It is verified in the system, and then the company will then mail you your reseller license, which looks like this.
Oh,
And
wow.
this is basically telling it, letting people know that you have the license to resell the product.
I love it. Reseller's
Yep.
license.
Yep, it
Perfect.
comes from the company. So whatever level you're at, you're going to be able to receive unlimited payouts at that level and also any level that's below it. Okay. And by just paying out once, you're going to get that unlimited. Okay. So once you pay it, you're in for life. And then now all you have to do is just really focus in on your mailings.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
So that's how people would get started. And then, you could get a website if you want. I always recommend getting a website, because even if somebody's getting something in the mail, they may want to go online and check it out. You want them to go to your website. You don't want them to be going on YouTube to everybody's channel. You want them to go straight to the source. So I tell people that's important as well. And then you just want to stay consistent. Budget, pace yourself, stay consistent. Now, there's other offline strategies you can use in cooperation with this strategy, or you can go online. And that's what I do. I use other strategies that just help me to get my stuff in front of more people. And you learn it over time. It's not going to happen overnight, but you incorporate one thing at a time. And that's how you continuously see the money coming in.
So you do offline strategies to market your Impact Mailing Club business, and then you do online strategies to market it. Like using
Correct.
YouTube, for example, would be online strategy. Offline
Yep.
strategy would be using basically other mailing list companies in order to mail off your opportunity to individuals. Correct?
Correct.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Good to hear. No. Okay, so now let me ask the elephant in the room. Is it a scam? I know a lot of people want to know, is Impact Mailing Club a scam? Everybody says because you're sending money in the mail, etc.
It is
What?
absolutely,
It's not
it is
legal,
legal. It
etc.
is legal to send money in the mail as long as it's not money laundering and you're not doing anything illegal. This is a business opportunity. Okay. What you are selling is business leads. Okay.
Exactly.
These are hot buyer leads that you're receiving. Anytime you're getting leads, whether they're online or offline, you have to pay for them, whether it's through an email, a phone number, or an address. That is
Okay.
considered a lead. Okay. With this company, you can also get postcards. Okay. So they also have postcards that you can buy, and you can put those in the mail. This is a business opportunity. So what we're doing is we're buying and selling buyer leads to people who are interested in a home-based business opportunity, which is a perfectly legitimate business. Okay. I have people that I'm involved with that have been doing this for 30 plus years, that have been
Wow.
earning with this opportunity for over 30 years.
Direct mailing for over
Direct
30
mailing,
years. Wow.
30
Awesome.
years.
Got
Yep.
it. Got
Yep.
it.
So
Absolutely
this isn't
awesome.
going anywhere. And that's the thing, is people think because it's a business opportunity, it's not legal, but it is legal. People sell things through the mail all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the
Exactly.
time. You always are going to get postcards. You're always going to get magazines. You're always going to get letters. It's going to happen because that's a part of the world. Everybody's not online. Everybody's not into the online space of online digital marketing or online affiliate marketing. Okay. So this is another way for people to reach out to those who are not up to date with the online space, like our baby boomers, okay?
Gotcha.
Well, like some of our veterans. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know anything about this. Not
Mm-hmm.
even that. Some of our students aren't even aware of this space yet.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something easy to help them to get started. What I love about this is something you're not going to learn in school, but there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are earning in this space, and they did not learn any of this through a high school diploma or a college education.
Exactly,
Okay?
exactly. But
And
they're
that's what I
making
love
they're
about it.
making corporate, money in the
Some of us is
4,
making
5,
more
and
than
6 figure
doctors. Some
income.
of us is making way more than lawyers. I
Mm.
make I make way more than a lot of teachers. I make way more than a lot of doctors. And I didn't go to school. for a doctorate or any type of degree. Okay, so that just goes to show you a lot of people that are in this space have mainly a high school diploma, and they're making more than the teacher or the doctor that's out there giving them a shot.
Got
So
it.
$400,000 in a year is not a little bit of money.
That's right.
Okay, and it's extremely life changing, and it doesn't take a degree to do that, but it does take consistency.
You're absolutely right. So what I want to do now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to really grasp this, that Impact Mailing Club testimony is absolutely phenomenal from Amanda Ray. And more importantly, what I want you to do is real simple. I want you to go down into the description section. I want you to click on the link and just check it out for yourself to see if it's a business opportunity for you. One thing I'm clear about, and Amanda, you will concur with me, this is very doable for moms and dads. The one thing I always say, I always look for business opportunities for individuals out there for number one reason, it can be very cost effective, meaning the investment, we're talking about $100 investment, and you have the choice, $250 investment, a $500 investment, or a $2,000 investment that you can do. Now, I learned a valuable lesson, ladies and gentlemen, but I found out I came in at I think it's called the emerald level, no, sapphire level, which was $500. But I decided I wanted to upgrade to the $2,000 level because I want to be able to benefit from all the levels of opportunity that's with inside this business opportunity. Okay. So what I did was you have 30 days. So I'm telling you that now, 30 days to see if the business is working for you. And before those 30 days, if you want to upgrade to a higher level, you're welcome to do that. So I'm really excited about this business opportunity. I'm here to tell you that direct mail works. That is here for you because you can come in at an economical level. We're talking about how much time in a day to send out, these emails, you would say. About an hour a day?
About an hour a day.
Yep.
Yep, an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay.
I tell people it's like riding a bike. I mean, if you work on this business diligently for about 3 weeks, it's like a piece of cake.
Gotcha.
But you have to give it 3 weeks of consistency. Because you start to build, the pace is faster, you start to build faster.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And that makes a lot of sense.
3 weeks.
So in a nutshell, there's not a lot of time that you need to invest into this business. Number one. Number three, the third factor, I always say that past my, level of understanding as far as whether or not it's a good business opportunity for moms and dads is not only time, but more importantly, an investment. The third one is, and I'm just now lost my train of thought. The third one is investment time. Oh, energy. The energy, the amount. I mean, like you just now mentioned, you're sitting there and you're having to work at, having your own business. You bought a job with the cleaning business. We're talking about not a whole lot of time, not a whole lot of stress, energy that you have to put into the business. So you're able to take care of your kids. You're able to run your other business opportunities. How would you agree with that as far as that's concerned, Amanda?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. You just have to put a little bit of side time to the side, and you have to really, when you're in front of the computer or when you're at your desk, you're doing your envelopes. You just have to stay consistent with what you're doing. Don't get sidetracked. I remember I used to do that all the time. I'll be doing one thing and then I end up on Facebook going through memes and looking at other people's stuff. And I had to say, you know what? For an hour and a half, I'm going to stay focused on these two things. I'm not going to do anything until this is done. And that's the thing, is it's so easy to get sidetracked. I tell people, put the kids in the bed by 9 o'clock. From 9 to 10:30 is your time to work on your business. That's not a lot of time. If your kids go to bed at 10, from 10 to 11:30, work on your business. Put that time to the side. And you have to just maintain that and stay consistent, and you will see results. This is not one of those things that's going to take a long time. Look, if it takes 6 months to build this, it's worth it.
Yes, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yes.
Like the old saying goes, nothing worthwhile comes easy. Okay? And Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take some time for us to get, slow and steady wins the race. But being consistent
Yep.
on that path is going to get you
I
to the
always
next
tell
level.
people it was about 75 days into my 90-day blitz when I made my first $1,000 sell.
Wow,
70
nice.
from day 1 to 70, I made hardly anything.
Now, I want everybody
When
to
I
take
got to
note of that.
day
This is
70,
important.
about day 75, I made my first $1,000, and that same day, I had another gentleman join me at $800. So I
See?
made $1,800 in one day,
Yep, that's how
but
it works.
I didn't make anything for almost 75 days.
Hmm.
So if I would have gave up at day 60,
Exactly, exactly. And you've heard Acres of Diamond story where the man sat there, traveled to California, and he kept chipping away, chipping away, chipping
yep,
away, and he gave up after about 90 days, and that was 90 days he was doing it. He gave up, walked away, threw the utensils down, sold the land to somebody else, and that person just took one chip, and all the
yep,
diamonds were there.
yep,
So that's what it's all about. So I hold on to that, ladies and gentlemen. And like I shared with you guys my story of how, I became a millionaire, in 18 months, investing in real estate. It's like I went through that whole full circle. And after a year, something about going a full circle, going a whole 365 days, then it takes off an autopilot. So I
yes,
just want everybody to stick with it and be consistent, because Amanda and I are also in other business opportunities, and everybody's got a learning curve. Like,
yes,
everybody's shocked when Amanda comes in there and she's like immediately at $500-600 in another business opportunity. Well, because she paid her dues. She developed that list. She knew that market, and she segued that marketing plan into this one. So now it's a piece of cake. But everybody gets a turn, meaning now it's your turn to go through the growing pains, and
that's right.
so shall we all must go through that.
And guys, let me just tell you, there's more than enough money to be made.
Yes.
There's so much. People say, oh, it's going to be saturated. Never. It's only 3% in the market that's winning. There's more than enough money to be made. It will never be saturated. It will never go away. It's never going to disappear. It's going to be here for your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids. It's not going anywhere. So I used to think that in the beginning. There's so many people in this. Is it going to go away? Is it going to be saturated? Am I going to be able to make money? It's more than enough money to be made. You never have to worry about that in this industry, because there's so many people that's not doing it. Everybody has a 9 to 5. So
That's true.
if you choose this industry, um, you're just going to flourish. It's just going to flourish. It's going to take on a mind of its own, and it's going to be so worth it at the end. It's so worth it.
And I want to thank you so much, Amanda, for being on our show today. And I'm going to end with this. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is a statistic that 80% of people that are at a day job are dreaming about owning their own business. So we already know that you're dreaming about coming out that cubicle and owning your own business. So we have the business and the plan for you. Not a large investment to start in this business opportunity. Not a lot of time that it takes in order to be able to do this business opportunity. We talk about an hour and a half a day. Amanda, she does it after, the kids are in bed. I do it before the kids get up. I start my day early, 3 a.m. in the morning. About 4 o'clock to 5 to 6 o'clock, I'm doing what I need to do for my business before the kids get up and start their day. So you figure out what makes it work. And last but not least, it's not a whole lot of energy and a lot of stress to doing this. You know how to take an envelope, you know how to put it in the mail, you know how to put some stamps on it, and be consistent about it. And voila, you've got a legitimate, viable business that's going to help you become financially free. But you got to invest in it. Freedom ain't free. You got to invest money into it. Like Amanda was talking about, you can't be cheap about it in order to get to the next level. And more importantly, because you're worth it. So everybody, thanks, Amanda. Thanks so much for being on the Pajama Mama Show. We really appreciate your
Yes.
help and your wisdom. It was very, very good. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see the top over the top. More importantly, the Pajama Mama will see you at the bank. Cha-ching,
Yes.
ching. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, Amanda.
Okay.
Okay, now if I can figure out how to